What's up everyone? Welcome back to the Build Studio. In today's video, we're going to be diving into and checking out this Adventurer 5M Pro 3D printer from Flashforge, and just in time for Black Friday. Now if you're looking for a high-speed, all-in-one 3D printer that's easy to use and packed with a ton of features, this printer might just be the one for you. And with the Black Friday sale that drops the price to just $469 from its original price of $599, this saves you $130, which makes it definitely worth a look. Now in this video, we'll get into what makes this printer the top pick for both beginners and advanced users alike, and why it was also nominated as one of CNET's 2024 Best 3D Printers for Educators. Stay tuned. Okay, so first things first, I know that the market is pretty saturated with a lot of these new enclosure 3D printers that are available that pretty much have the same specs and features. But the Adventurer 5M Pro does have some standout features, and it is designed to be a workhorse, combining speed, precision, and a user-friendly setup in one package. In fact, here are some of the quick highlights that I found about this printer that I like. First of all, it's got a max printing speed of 600 millimeters per second, which I think is currently the sweet spot for most 3D printers available today. It's also got features such as automatic bed leveling and both internal and external air filtration, which is something that's not included on a lot of different printers. And then like most enclosed 3D printers, it's also about 95% pre-assembled out of the box. So when it comes to assembly, you're looking at a quick 10-minute setup before you're ready to go. Now one of the callouts that I do have, of course, is the build plate size. It has a build volume of 220 by 220 by 220 millimeters, which is slightly smaller than that of a Bamboo Lab 3D printer and a lot of those other printers out there that are at the top of the market right now. But it definitely does make up for it with a lot of features that are included with this 3D printer. Now, one other feature that makes this 3D printer even more interesting is the Core XY metal structure, which provides the stability you want for high speed, high accuracy prints. Plus, one of the features that makes this 3D printer stand out from all the others is the dual HEPA and carbon filter, which makes it safer for indoor use versus most other printers which don't come with those options included as part of the package. Anyways, let's take a closer look at the unboxing and setup for this 3D printer, and then we'll get into some test prints. Okay, so right out of the box, Flashforge has made setup a breeze with 95% of the components pre-assembled. Pretty much all you need to do is install the filament spool holder, remove a few screws, and you're all set to go. I had this printer up and running in about 5 minutes, which means it's very beginner friendly. Now when it comes to setting everything up from a software side, that is also a breeze. Navigating the setup on the 4.3-inch touchscreen is simple. It's super intuitive with icons for filament loading, print settings, and a ton more. And then what's nice, and I think this should be a feature for all 3D printers going forward, is that it does come with built-in Wi-Fi, Ethernet, and USB connectivity options, which makes it super flexible for your workspace and pretty much any other workspace that's out there. Now the initial setup, bed leveling, and calibration took all about 15 minutes to complete, and is pretty much hands-off, with the exception of needing to bind it with the Flashforge app, which requires you to just simply register and then scan the on-screen barcode to add it to the app itself. Now when it comes to print speed, this printer is super fast. With a maximum speed of 600 millimeters per second and an acceleration of up to 20,000 millimeters per second squared, you're not going to be waiting hours for your small to normal size print jobs to finish. In fact, most standard prints that would typically take all day can now be done in just a few hours. And the best thing, the printer is fairly silent, which of course was a pleasant surprise that I did not expect. Now, as usual, and like most other 3D printers that I've tested in the past, I started my test by printing out this Benchy, which came as a preloaded file on the printer along with a number of other sample prints. And it turned out amazing. Not only was it fast, clocking in with a completion time of around 14 minutes, which ranks up there among some of the fastest printers available today, but when it comes to results, the quality was actually excellent using just the default settings. There were no signs of anomalies or issues with the print at all, and I'd actually put the quality at close to perfect, competing with that of the Bamboo Lab printers. Now what's also nice is that the included burnt titanium high-speed PLA that Flashforge sent with the printer was also a nice inclusion. And it gives this Benchy a pretty nice metallic blue look. Now another sample file that came with this printer that I test printed was this ice cream cone, which came out perfectly and has a really nice texture and strobing effect to it. The print is smooth with noticeably very fine layer lines, but no anomalies, errors, or issue with the print at all. It turned out to be a pretty amazing print. Now on top of the speed, you've also got the vibration suppression algorithm feature of this printer. Now this technology helps the printer maintain accuracy even at higher speeds. What it does is it reduces any shifts or errors in layer alignment so that you get high quality clean prints without sacrificing speed. And then one of my favorite and probably one of the standout features of this Adventurer 5M Pro, which I think is also probably its top selling point for the price, is its dual air filtration system. With both internal and external circulation, it's designed to handle PLA, PETG, ABS, and even carbon fiber infused filaments, allowing you to place and use this 3D printer in virtually any kind of space. Now, when it does come to that, the internal filtration system uses a dual layer HEPA and carbon filter to block 99% of particles and VOCs, which is great especially for ABS printing, as well as keeping warmth inside while filtering the air out, making it safe to breathe. And then for PLA and PETG, the external circulation system brings in fresh air and vents out internal air to maintain optimal airflow. Now because of this filtration system, and the reason why it probably won that award, is if you're planning to use this in a classroom, workspace, or even your home, this filtration system really sets it apart from other 3D printers for safe indoor printing. Unlike other 3D printing solutions out there where you have to pay extra for these features, it comes included and bundled with the 5M Pro, making this a competitively priced 3D printer with a feature that makes it stand out. Okay, so moving on to some other features. This Adventurer 5M Pro uses a Core XY metal structure, which I think is a big deal. It's got high rigidity and an independent X and Y axis control, so you do get minimal vibration and better precision for your prints. Now this is especially important when printing at higher speeds, which means no more worrying about layer shifting thanks to the solid build, material, and the quality of the printer itself. Now it's definitely not the heaviest printer, but it does have some weight to it. In addition to that, and this is a feature that I think all printers should have, the printer also uses a full auto bed leveling system which utilizes sensors to measure multiple points on the print bed. This ensures perfect first layer adhesion on all your prints. This eliminates a lot of the common issues like warping or uneven layers, and of course the hassle of manually needing to perform bed leveling, which takes time and can make or break your print quality. And overall, it's something that I hate doing when I have to manually level a bed using a piece of paper. Okay, so now that we've talked about some of the features, let's go back to talking about the print quality. The extruder in this printer reaches up to 280 degrees Celsius, so it's compatible with a wide range of materials like PLA, PLACF, TPU, ASA, and even ABS. In fact, I've printed a few test pieces here, and the detail in every single print is fantastic. Even on more intricate designs like this alien engineer. You can pretty much see every detail in its suit, and I don't see any kind of issues or anomalies or errors, and it turned out really amazing. Now, what I also like about this 3D printer is switching out nozzles is quick and easy. It's got a quick release design, which is a nice touch for anyone who likes to experiment with different nozzle sizes, and even for those of you who are constantly needing to replace parts due to heavy usage, which I am becoming one of those. In addition to those other features, this printer also incorporates other standard technology such as a filament runout sensor, which alerts you instantly when you're low on material. This prevents any midpoint mishaps, which I'm pretty much sure that all of us have run into. And then with power loss recovery, this printer will resume right where it left off if the power goes out. This means no more wasted time or materials if the power goes out or if you have an issue and the printer cuts off. Now, another fun feature and piece of technology that's included in this, which makes this well worth the price, is the built-in camera, which costs extra on a lot of other 3D printers around the same price point nowadays. This means that you can monitor your prints in real time, which is super handy if you want to keep an eye on things from another room or even a different location altogether. It's also great for capturing time-lapse videos, which I use a lot, so you can document and share your printing process, or even identify frequent printing issues as you continue to print. Now, when it comes to software and managing multiple other printers, no problem. With the FlashMaker app and software, you can control all your devices seamlessly if you have multiple 3D printers. The software does let you adjust settings and monitor performance across multiple units, optimizing workflow and ensuring each printer operates at peak efficiency, and also allows you to get notified if any of your printers do go down, which is nice for people who have print farms or do a lot of mass printing. Now, in addition to that, the over-the-Wi-Fi is extremely fast thanks to the printer's ability to connect to 5 GHz bands through Wi-Fi. Now, this is a feature that I really appreciate because a lot of 3D printers limit you to connecting through only a 2.4 GHz band only. So that is something that I do love about this printer, is that it allows you to connect to 5 GHz band for faster transfer speeds. Now, one big call out and an issue that I encountered and also noticed was an issue experienced by others on Reddit is connecting to Orca Slicer. Or to be more specific, the latest version of Orca Slicer that's available on Flashforge's website. No matter how much I tried, even updating the software to the latest version from 1.1.0 to 1.1.1, I was unable to connect the printer from my computer. Instead, the way I fixed this was I installed the 1.0.2 version that came on the USB key that came with the printer itself, which ultimately fixed the issue. I had no issues connecting it to the 1.0.2 version of Orca Slicer on my desktop. Now, it's not ideal knowing that there's an updated version of the software out there that I can't use to connect to the printer remotely, but so far it's been working just fine. So if you're running into that issue, I'd recommend installing the slicer that comes on the USB key with the printer until there is a fix for the latest version of Orca Slicer. Now, going back to the quality of these prints, I'm simply amazed by this printer. I printed this large Crystal Dragon file over Wi-Fi, and the file transferred in seconds. This is one of my favorite prints, and it really tests out the printer's capabilities for movable objects, print accuracy, and overall quality. So as you can see, it turned out amazing and pretty much perfect without any kind of flaws or anomalies. It flexes and bends as it should and required no supports or loosening. It came out of the printer ready to use and ready to play with. Okay, so who is this printer for and is it worth it? Well, I'd say it's perfect for educators, maker spaces, and even small business owners who need speed, reliability, and ease of use. It's also ideal for hobbyists like myself and even beginners in the 3D printing space who are just starting, or even for those of you who want to take their 3D printing game up a notch. And with the Black Friday sale, it's down to $469 from the usual $599. That's a $130 discount on a printer packed with a bunch of features and options that usually costs extra. Now for this level of functionality and build quality, I think it's a fantastic deal. Alright, so that's my overall initial impressions of the Flashforge Adventurer 5M Pro. If you're interested in snagging one for yourself, especially with this Black Friday price, I'll drop a link in the description section below. Now don't wait too long, of course the deal won't last. And if you enjoyed this review, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you'd like me to test any specific 3D printers next. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.